Well, I met Doug, many years ago. I ran the lit search department, and he was getting a project from ARPA called the NIC. And so he would come down and talk to me about, how you did information centers and so forth. And one day I said, "Why don't you hire me, Doug? I'm getting kind of bored where I am." And he said, "I don't have a job." I said, "Okay." And a few months later he came back and said, "I have a job now. Why don't you come and join me?" And I said, "What is it?" And he said, "We need a resource handbook." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "I don't have a clue, but we need one in 6 weeks." So that's how I joined ARC. And I was somebody who was trying to do something with all this, and everybody was busy building it. So things didn't always work the way you hoped they would work. And I remember one day I was bitching and complaining, and "Doug, this isn't, I can't do that because," and he said, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" And I went, "That's what he hired me for, to solve problems, not to stand around and bitch." So I always felt that Doug he was a good manager, but he wasn't that particularly interested in managing, but he was a fantastic leader. He could get the best out of everybody, and how he did it I was never quite sure, but you always wanted to do something a little better, a little different, a little higher. That's what he brought out of all of us. While I'm here, I'd like to tell some of you about a collective IQ problem we're working on. Since I left, I ran the NIC for some 20 years, and then my friend said I never saw a piece of paper I didn't like. So I saved 350 boxes and 2 garages full of papers, many of which were Doug's. We had a copy of his, as we may think, Vannevar Bush with Doug's notes on it in our collection, and some of the source code, 2 or 3 copies of source code for the early NLS system, and one of the only 2 copies of the journal. And one of the things that we've been trying to do lately is get some of this out on the web so that everybody can see it and share it. SRI was very good to give us $10,000 to start with the scanning, and we got another contribution of $20,000 coming in. And so it's a collective memorial to Doug. If anybody wants to help with this, why, we'd be more than happy to talk to you. And I think that one of the things we'll try to do is get everything that we have that he's done. And we're working with Stanford, and we also talked to Brewster Kahle, and try to get all of these things so that anybody and everybody can know what Doug did, and it'll be our collective IQ. Anyway, I'm going to miss him a lot.